sales trends. I just want to give a big shout out to our early birds, Bob Mason, Hoon Kim, and Mike Yourcellard for joining us early today. And so this is me, Jennifer Nunez, a senior customer success advisor at eComEngine. I'm married. We have 4 dogs. I love gardening and talking to people, which explains how I landed this job. And I've been helping Amazon merchants for years now. And I do one-on-one demos of our eComEngine software. That's kind of how my day-to-day is. But enough about me. I also have my colleague, Colleen, which is our marketing manager. She will be helping us field the questions and help me out answering questions later on. So enough about me or Colleen. This is a webinar about you and how you can monitor your Amazon sales trends. So to start with, let me give you a quick gift to start this webinar. I'm going to give out your coupon code as early as now to try FeedbackFive in its full version. So if you have a pen and paper handy, I'm going to let you grab it really quick, or if you can type it in your phone or in your computer right now. So you can use the coupon code FB5-CS. So that's F for Frank, B for boy, the number 5, dash or hyphen, C for Charlie, and then S for Sam. So that's FB5 dash or hyphen CS. You can keep it handy and use it later on. I'll also give it out at the end of our webinar. So if you don't have time or if you just joined, you can use that coupon code to try FeedbackFive in its full version, right? So right now, let's jump right into our agenda for today. So our agenda includes a short introduction about eComEngine, and then we'll dive into how you can monitor your Amazon sales trends using FeedbackFive. We'll also discuss helpful features that will go into parallel with your tracking of sales trends and your feedback reputation. We'll also have some interesting topics about feedback and review practices and tips that will come handy when you start sending out emails for your buyers on Amazon. And lastly, of course, we'll be answering your questions, so feel free to put them in our Zoom Q&A box. All right, and we will get back to it towards the end of our webinar. My colleague Colleen will help us field the questions and answer them later on. All right, so to start with, let's talk more about just a brief introduction about eComEngine. So eComEngine is headquartered in Richmond, Virginia. It's been over a decade now since the inception of eComEngine, and FeedbackFive was our first tool developed in 2007. It was the first feedback automation tool in the e-commerce space, so we're really proud of that. And we also have a marketing intelligence software called Market Scout, and an inventory management and forecasting software called Restock Pro. So now FeedbackFive allows you to analyze and track your sales trends and identifying your high-yielding SKUs and use them to create email and sales strategies. So how can we monitor Amazon sales trends? How are you going to do that in FeedbackFive, right? So let me just switch to my next screen here. Right. So running an Amazon business takes a lot of hard work and determination, but having the right tools can really lighten the load. So while it may seem or it can seem overwhelming, the more information you have, the better able you are to make smart decisions, right? So almost everything can be done manually, but automating certain processes frees up your valuable time to make more important decisions and stay ahead of your game. So in addition to streamlining your feedback and product review solicitation efforts, FeedbackFive makes it easier for you to monitor or analyze your Amazon sales. And we've always had a detailed order data page to our existing users in the tool, but we recently changed the structure of this information to make it easier to understand your sales performance over a period of time. So now I'm going to switch to our demo account in FeedbackFive. And we'll go to that overview data page similar to this one. I actually have a GIF here for you, but I want to show you how it looks like in a demo account. So this is our orders overview page, all right? So the orders overview page allows you to track the total orders, sales, rate changes you see here, and moreover, 7 90 and 150 days period. With the ability to filter your order data day by day rather than by order, both larger and smaller sellers can quickly see key sales metrics in FeedbackFive. So sorting any of the columns allows you to immediately see your best or worst sales days in order. Now, pairing this information with your reputation management, which is also in your FeedbackFive, um, can lead to powerful results. So, for example, being able to quickly see when you receive the most orders may impact which campaign rules you're going to use, or you may decide to restructure which days you send your request, or even, make your message a bit more concise and increase the chance of connecting during a busy day. So, the ability to see your best and worst days of sales over the past 90 or 150 days can really open your eyes whether you want to see a decrease of sales or the decrease of sales right after a major holiday, or are your sales organically increasing during a 3-day weekend. This type of data can inform your business strategy for similar situations in the future, and you can plan ahead and strategize, and see what steps you can do moving forward, right? So going back to our order data page here. So we have the order overview page here. While the overview page is helpful for seeing high-level trends of your sales performance over time, the order data page allows you to drill down a more granularly and filter, allows you to get more of this information across day by days or by SKU, by fulfillment. So this is where you see the granular data of what you see in the order overview page. So the ability to manage and even filter your individual Amazon orders can be a valuable insight about your buyers. And of course, for example, wouldn't be helpful to know if you have, how many repeat buyers you have had in the last 90 days, who spent the most in their orders, which products gets more repeat purchases, and perhaps most importantly, what can you do to encourage this behaviors or this behavior for other products, and just replicating this kind of behavior across the products that you have on your Amazon store. Right? So those are the key important things. And this page is actually downloadable by a CSV, so you can easily bring them to your company meeting or your team meeting when discussing these kinds of trends that you have on your products. So I'm going to switch right back to our slides right now and see. So this is our order data page, similar to what we discussed earlier. So let me just switch to a present mode. Okay. So with FeedbackFive, and you're streamlining your process of your feedback or Amazon feedback solicitation while creating polished, customized email campaigns to reach your valued customers. From within the tool, you can easily monitor sales trends to help inform or to help you make more informed and smart business decisions. So, and setting modesty aside, FeedbackFive is trusted by Amazon sellers worldwide, and it can really help your business reach its full potential, right? And to that, it wraps up that part of our discussion for your tracking your Amazon sales trends. And we're going to go to what features can go in parallel to, of course, tracking your Amazon sales trend. We're going to go into taking a look at the other features of FeedbackFive that could go in parallel to that. And so I'm going to give you a quick overview of the FeedbackFive software. So this is our login page. And then we have our dashboard, right? You're looking at your quick glance of your digits or your numbers on a day-to-day basis. So you can change this into a 24-hour view or a last billing cycle. You also have your sales trends here available, a graphical presentation of your reviews and analytics in your dashboard. So you can readily see that on a day-to-day basis, all right? If you're just starting your business on Amazon and you're thinking about how you can email your customers on Amazon, you don't have to worry about creating your own email template. When you use FeedbackFive, we do have default email templates that you can readily use, and we call them the wizards. So we have one wizard for seller feedback and one wizard for product review requests. You can edit and personalize them. We also have layouts here that you can use to make your message more personalized or to match your business theme or to relate to certain holidays. So we have it here available. Next would be for those customers who'd like to create their own email template from scratch. Right? So you have the switch to advanced editor here if you want to use HTML. So it takes you to this page, and you can also create a new template from scratch if you just need a blank space. Just copy and paste your template. This is where you use the HTML for your template. You have the shortcut tags here to get the variables that you need and automatically plug in the information or the links that you need to complete your email template for soliciting seller feedback and product reviews. And of course, we'll also discuss this further later on. We highly recommend that you include the product name at the end of your subject. More often than not, the buyers would recall the item that they purchased rather than the Amazon order number, but you'll have a drop-down option here, which one you'd like to include in your subject line. And from here, you can also attach your image, your PDF. If you have an ebook, you can also do so. So when you're done with your email template, you're confident to send it out, what's next, right? Do you go ahead in campaigns and send it out? We do recommend that you go to your exclusions first, right? Why exclusions? Primarily, you want to set necessary precautions and read this general exclusions that we have. Whether you want to include a specific rule to exclude orders that are shipped late from solicitation, shipped out of the country, or checked out by Amazon. Or simply you have a new inventory, a new SKU that you don't want to solicit reviews yet, or by order number. So once you're done with that and you've saved changes, you can go ahead and go to your campaigns, and you can readily activate and send out your emails. That's how easy it is to send out emails in FeedbackFive. Though, it's a best practice as well, and I always tell this on my demo to the sellers that I work with for years now. Before activating in a campaign, go ahead and click the specific campaign, default campaigns that we have here. This corresponds to your default email template. But if you made changes to the default template, you want to make sure that you go inside the specific campaign to make sure that you have the right campaign rules or campaign names. This is your campaign rules, your campaign description, so you have an idea, what this template or this campaign is for. Choose the right email template, adjust the timings and settings that we have here, and of course, check on the campaign rules. Play around with the campaign rules. Discuss with your team what kinds of campaigns you'd like to send out to your buyers. When in doubt, contact our customer success team. Let me know. Let any of our customer success advisors know, so we can help you with the settings of your campaign rules or generally your campaign settings. So once you set your campaign into active, into yes, and save, your emails will start to go out from the oldest to the newest. So just keep in mind, if you're not yet sure, if you need our help to review it, please go ahead and reach out to us before activating your campaigns. All right. And of course, you see here we have analytics. It pays to check your analytics just to make sure you see the trends of emails sent versus emails opened. You can see the changes here, the rates and percentage in 7-day, 30-day, and 90-day interval. All right. And you can also switch from one campaign to another easily from this page as well. So once you're done checking your campaigns and your email analytics, what's next? You go to your scheduling. This is actually a new feature that we have in FeedbackFive. Usually, before we used to call this our orders page. All right, and we have a question popping up already, but we'll get back to that really soon. The scheduling page allows you to see what emails are going out for whom. Now, what's the campaigns that are aligned to this customer? What next email is going to be sent out this order? And you can easily filter them. You can filter them by SKU or by order number. And at a glance, you have the digits here to tell you what's going on. All right. And so, of course, when that is all said and done and your emails are going out and you're tracking them, of course, we're done with the orders page earlier. You want to see your feedback. Depending on your priority, I mean, some sellers would like to go ahead and track seller feedback. Some would want to focus on product reviews. So depending on your business strategy. Within FeedbackFive, we allow you to see the corresponding order number to the buyers and the ratings that they leave or they left and their comments. I'm going to switch really quick to our demo account to show you how it looks like inside FeedbackFive. So here on the feedback page, you'd actually see a lot of great information. If you scroll to the far right-hand corner, some information here or possible reason why they left a negative seller feedback and why is it important. So when you reply to them and you reach out to them, you can actually strategize your response. And for those who left you 3 and below ratings, you can actually see that their names is highlighted or hyperlinked. So in that case, this allows you to respond to them. Now, it's within Amazon policy that you can actually reach out to your buyers on Amazon with no more than one polite request to have a negative seller feedback edited or removed. Okay, so if you made amends or show them how the software, how to use the software, how to use the particular product that you're selling to them, and they were okay with it, you were able to settle things with them, you can use this email template and send it out to them. Make sure to make this link available. This link allows them to remove or update the negative seller feedback in just 2 clicks. All right. So we're going to switch to product reviews right now. So,
and actually, Jen, if I can interrupt you, this is
sure,
Colleen. I just wanted to mention 2 questions that came up, so I'm happy to share the questions and the answers. So one that just came up in regard to the screen that you're on about emails here. Can you include links in your feedback request email? And if so, how do you code it so Amazon doesn't ding you? We only provide links to the Amazon Marketplace, and that is allowed. So with the terminology of dinging you, does that mean, redirect warning that Amazon puts in? And they do that if you link anywhere outside of Amazon. So we only link to the Amazon Marketplace since that is allowed. And then we had one other question earlier from the orders overview page, Jen, and it's how are first-time buyers identified? So Amazon has a similar metric in their PPC advertising identifying first buyers as buyers who have not made a purchase in the last year. So our first-time buyers are considered anyone who has not made a purchase or does not have an order in the last 150 days, just because that's how far back our data goes in our system. So it's not quite as far back as the year like Amazon keeps for PPC advertising. So the first-time buyers on that page would be anyone who's a new buyer in the last 150 days. So it might not officially be a first-time buyer if they had purchased, 7 or 8 months ago.
Those are great questions. Thank you, Colleen, for.
So we can just rely on the order data within our system, which goes back 150 days. So.
Correct. That is right. Thank you again, Colleen. But there's one more. That's good.
Oh no, that was just a response. Okay.
Okay, great. Those are great questions, guys. So please keep them coming. And now we are switching gears to product reviews. And this is a big deal, especially for private label companies who want to, build their own brands on Amazon. And in FeedbackFive, we allow you to track all your ASINs by just using your parent ASIN. So if you have variation ASINs, just click add and remove ASINs and use your parent ASINs. And once the item name shows up, you can actually click them and it'll pull all your reviews for you for that particular product. This page is also downloadable by a CSV. You have filter seal available for you. So once your ASINs are available and you click the item name, it will actually bring you to the next page, which is actually your customer reviews. So from here, you have your view analytics, you have the ratings, the title of the review. You can put notes here, and if it's a verified purchase, there's also a box that you can tick here if you've responded to them or if a concern has been resolved. The beauty about using the product review page of FeedbackFive is it allows you to respond to those reviews easily, right? So when you actually click the title of the review, it takes you to the next page or to the Amazon page itself to the customer reviews. And I'm sure everyone knows about this, but millions of buyers around the world would flock into Amazon to check the reviews of a particular item before going to the malls, before actually going to a specific site to buy that product, primarily because they want to see if the product is credible based on personal experience. And number 2, they want to see how engaging the sellers are, how responsive the sellers are for that particular product. And in turn, they might actually buy from you if they see that you're responsive to your buyer's customer review. So even Amazon highly recommends that sellers would respond to their customer reviews using the comments section of the product review, right? So we'll discuss more of those best practices as well later on. Going back to product reviews, we also have the product review analytics. This plays a big role if you want to see the trends of the number of ratings that you've been receiving for your products, primarily because you want to see why are you getting more 3 stars and not 5 stars. What are you going to do with this particular product just getting a lot of 5 stars? Why has it drastically changed over the past 30 days? So these are kinds of information that you can use your analytics with and see and talk with your team, or how you can plan a strategy to improve your ratings. All right. So next would be alerts. And very important feature of FeedbackFive is for you to be on top of this negative seller feedback or product reviews. And if you see here, you actually have an option to receive alerts individually, and this means real time, via email. And a digest or a summary at the end or start of the day would be a daily digest. If you also want to receive mobile notification, you can also do so. You can choose the business hours when you'd like to receive these alerts. All right. And next would be your store settings. It's your typical store settings where you also can add your staff and control their user access. Last and not the least would be your help center. And what I love about our help center, since we've been in the business for over a decade now, most of the questions that you probably have is just a keyword search away. Just type in any questions that you have in mind. You can use your quick start for a new user. We also have submit a support ticket, where you can ask any questions via email, live chat, and phone. And I'm very proud to be working in an eComEngine because we love engaging with our customers. We have an onboarding support even during your 30-day free trial period. So you can rarely find that kind of support in other competitors that we have. Number two, we also offer account reviews after the trial period. So we want you to be engaged with us just to make sure we're on the same page about growing your business and being on the same page on Amazon terms of service. So it's really important to us that you work closely and let us know your suggestions and questions about using our software, or what type of strategies you'd like to put into your email templates. And speaking of email templates, that's going to be our segue to our next topic, which is our best practices for feedback, reviews, and emails, right? And with any third-party software company dealing with Amazon, they would be on the same page of giving you the best tip that you start with is to be compliant. Now, always follow your Amazon terms of service. In FeedbackFive, we do have, in eComEngine as a whole, we have a team that focuses on that on a daily basis to watch out for Amazon terms of service. So when in doubt, always check your Amazon terms of service. And when you're using FeedbackFive, let us know if you're not sure about your subject line, about your email content, about what you can attach in your email template. Let us know. All right, so that's number one, be compliant. Next would be create a specific email address. When we say create a specific email address, you have the approved senders list in your Seller Central to strategize, when getting responses from your email solicitation. It's best to have one inbox that gets your customer service and feedback responses. In that way, you'd be able to streamline and how you can respond. And you have a specific workflow, which box you need to look into for the responses for your email solicitation and your customer service questions. Right? So you can go to your approved senders list on your Seller Central and go to your settings and add a specific email address to create a specific inbox for that. Right? And of course, responding to your customers timely. It's very important that you respond to your customers because you are more likely to satisfy them, and in turn, maybe even turn a negative feedback into a positive one if you just respond to their email right away. Right? So in any scenario, time plays a big role in making sure that you're on top of your customer questions or concerns, and making them satisfied. And of course, a dreaded topic of any seller that I talk to is about negative seller feedback and product reviews. When you start sending emails, how to deal with them and what to do with them. My first advice is always to look at it as a learning opportunity. All right, you can't please all people, but you can always look at it on the positive side, and you are actually looking into discovery of a defective SKU, a product enhancement. Who knows? Maybe you discover a whole new product and skyrocket it on Amazon. And you can even improve your listing or descriptions in Amazon, the images that you have there. So those are the things that you'll want to focus on when you're receiving these reviews, right? And FeedbackFive allows you to be on top of those reviews using your alerts. And of course, delighting your customers with added value. Um, just to clarify on this one, we want you to reach out to your customer and say a little thank you. And you can do this by adding or attaching a free recipe on your email, or 10 ways to wear a scarf, or letting them know that you appreciate their purchase. Here are images on how to wear your red sweater. So those little things can go a long way to your buyers on Amazon, and you can probably get them as a repeat customer in the future. And it really adds a value to their purchase, right? Of course, automation. Automation saves time, it improves your efficiency, it decreases your risk for error. Is make sure your email templates are checked, triple checked before you start automating your email solicitation. All right. And with the time that you actually save, you can focus more on your business, making more smart decisions, and discovering new items or new inventory that you'd like to add into your business. Right. Of course, next would be the email timeline. It's really important. For seller feedback, we do recommend that you send your emails within 1 to 3 days of delivery. For product review, I see questions popping up. So yes, please keep them coming. So reviews, consider the time of those customers that you have. The market that you're selling with. Consider the category of the product that you're in, or of the product that you're selling in. If you're selling to gamers, you're selling to homemakers, office workers, students. So put yourself in their shoes. What time do you think they'll come home from work and read their emails, and how likely they are to respond to your email solicitation? So again, feedback 1 to 3 days after delivery. Product reviews, consider your product category and the market that you're selling in. All right. And last but not the least, for the tips, is put a reputation management strategy in place. Remember earlier I saw you a page where you can respond to your product reviews in the comment section of the product review itself, right? It's really important that you set up your alerts to respond to them on time. Number two, you need to have a plan. What's your plan when you receive a negative seller feedback or a product review? Do you have your staff trained for it? Staff trained for potential scenarios? What time in the day will they respond? And of course, you have to put a plan of action moving forward so that won't happen again, right? And you make sure to have your team ready for any kind of responses or reviews that you'll be getting. And before you respond on the product review section, draft something, discuss with your team, or ask someone in your company if this would be good enough. It's something that's going to be satisfying for your customer and for the rest of the buyers going to be reviewing your product review section. Okay. So, and that leads us to our next topic, which is the best practices on the emails. So again, automation, like I discussed earlier, can actually save you time and improve your efficiency. But you want to make sure that you keep in mind these best practices on your email contents. All right. So number one, keep it simple, keep it short and simple and direct to the point. Have one call to action. If you only want to solicit for seller feedback, just solicit for seller feedback. For product reviews, then just make it for product reviews, right? Don't do both. Now, marketing study shows that, customers or consumers are more likely to click the first link that they see on your emails or on the site. And speaking of links, you want to make sure that you include a link to make it easier for them to leave a review. All right. And in FeedbackFive, we find that our customers are loving the option to leave a feedback button. So we do have that leave a feedback button that you can customize the color of the button, the text, and it also includes the image of the product. It makes the request visually pleasing, and it helps your buyers who are receiving it or receiving your emails on their mobile phones and tablets to easily leave a review. It's a more stronger call to action to leave a review. And we also have the 5-star link with image where they can choose the number of stars based on their buying experience or the product experience to just leave the number of stars if they don't have the time to leave a short blurb for you. So that's another strong call to action that you can use. To leave FeedbackFive button or leave seller feedback button and then the 5-star link button. So you have that option in FeedbackFive. And I think I mentioned, including the image, just because image makes it easier for your buyers to have an easy recollection of the product that they purchase. So include that in your review links, and so that they can easily remember the item that they purchased and leave a review at the same time. Of course, make it personal. We do have default templates available already, but make sure to include your name, and of course include your buyer's name. I haven't seen any seller who didn't include their buyer's name, so please make sure to not forget include your buyer's name and your name, especially at the end or the closing remarks of your email template. It pays to put a name of a person from your customer support staff, just so they have a feeling of having to communicate with someone and not actually a bot when they hit respond to your email template, right? You can also opt to include a brief story about your company, where you're headquartered, what are the advocacy that you support, product that you support, how you got started. So just a brief information makes that email content more personal. And sending this seller feedback or product review solicitation actually provides a way for your buyers to contact you. And that's what we mean by providing a way for your buyer to contact you. The emails that you're sending out to them is actually a way for them to hit respond or hit reply and ask you questions or concern, and hopefully they will get a response from you before they post any potential concerns on your seller feedback or product review page, right? So just make sure that you have a time of day, carve a part in your day to respond to those emails that you got from your email solicitation. And of course, keep an eye on your email analytics. Test and learn. We can go deeper. I can show you later on how you can use campaigns or campaign rules that we have to show you or test setting out different subject lines and see what works for you to get the most response rate. We do have a campaign rule that allows you to send emails based on the last digit of your order number. So say for order numbers ending in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can send the subject line, and for order numbers ending in 6, 7, 8, and 9, you can use the subject line. So you can test and learn from your team and see which one gets the most response rate, and what are you going to do moving forward on the emails that you're sending to your buyers on Amazon. Last but not the least would be the subject lines. Subject line is really important. That's why we have an article in our help center, and Colleen can pop up this link to you so you can read through what are the best subject line that you can use to get most responses, to get high open rates on your emails or email solicitation or product review or seller feedback solicitation using FeedbackFive. All right. Do we still have any questions that you'd like to answer, Colleen? Are we good for now?
Yes, we have one other question here. How can you find the Amazon customer account email for a negative review so we can easily respond to it?
Double check that one.
See that in the queue.
How can you find the Amazon customer account email for negative review so you can easily respond to it? So do you want to take this, Colleen, or?
Sure, I can do it. So feedback is obviously a lot easier to have the email. Reviews, we used to have a feature called buyer match where we would match the buyer to the reviewer, but Amazon no longer allows that. So you really just have to do it in a manual way, taking a look at, hopefully if their name matches or looks similar to a recent order that you've had, then you might be able to find the email. But a lot of times they use a handle that's just Amazon customer or anonymous, order, anonymous buyer. So it can be very difficult. What I would recommend is really comment publicly, defend your brand, defend, what you're selling, but be professional and courteous.
True.
Just comment publicly right there, on the review. And I think that that's one of the best ways that you can, get in touch with them or at least respond to the review, and they might see it there. But also other customers who are considering buying that product, especially if it was negative, you might be able to, just show how maybe they were using it wrong, for instance, and you straightened that out. Maybe they didn't understand how to use the product, or and so you were able to clarify that in the review, so then maybe future buyers won't consider it really that negative of an issue. So yeah, I think commenting publicly with reviews is probably the best thing to do. Otherwise, you just have to kind of manually match based on the date, the order, the name that they're using in the review. So.
Yep, that is true. Just be brief, be straight to the point, and defend your brand. I like how Colleen says it. Defend your brand, especially if you're a private label company. And just show them that you're there for the long haul and protect your business on Amazon. Right? Okay. So, do you have other questions, or we can switch to our next topic, which is the FeedbackFive plan levels?
That's it. Yeah, and I put in some link to some resources there, to some free email templates if you're thinking about, updating your language and your email templates, as well as some compliance checklists just to make sure that, all the things that you're doing are compliant. And then I'll put in a link here to the subject line options as well.
Great. Thank you, Colleen. So just a brief information. This is also in our website. We have a table in our website that shows the different plan levels and features that we have. Free plan allows you to use 50 emails on a monthly basis. And the pro plans and above kinds of have all the features of FeedbackFive, which you can actually try for free for 30 days. The pro plans and above include the negative alerts, SKU-specific emails, the campaign rules, attachments, and being able to use the layouts that we have earlier. Those layouts comes along for free on Pro plans and above, so it can come handy, especially during the holiday season. Right? And so far, that would be it for me for today. Unless we have any more questions, we are actually going to be waiting for more questions, guys. If you still have any questions there. But again, here is your coupon code on my screen. It's FB5-CS. So feel free to write them down again and keep it handy when you're ready to use them. Feel free to use them and get to try FeedbackFive in our new overview and order data page. Colleen, are we still? Do we still have time to answer for questions or?
Let's see. I do see we just got one. Will my product image show on the email?
Yes, so we do have a link there that allows you to automatically include the product image, and you can also include a product review link button with image, or a 5-star link a 5-star link with image, so that can be easily included in your email template in FeedbackFive. So.
Okay. And does this platform offer a view of my inventory as well? The answer to that is no, but we do have another tool, Restock Pro, which will show that. So we'd be happy to talk to you about that separately.
We'll send you an email about that. Yeah.
And then another question here, what is the easiest way to set up a custom email template?
So we do have the wizards that you can personalize and edit. We do also have, if you can draft your own email template, send it to us, let us know what you'd like to do. We'd be more than willing to walk you through how to do it, or call you and have a one-on-one discussion on how you want your email to look like, or if you want to have your specific company logo to be uploaded and layouts to use. Yeah, we'll definitely help you to plug in your email template and the drafts that you have in FeedbackFive. Yep.
Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions at this time, but obviously you can contact Jen or I at any time. We'd be happy to have one-on-one conversations about your unique use case of what you're looking for to do to improve your feedback or review. So just let us know if you need anything.
Yep, those are really great questions, guys, and thank you for joining us today. It's a good 30 minutes or more, but we do appreciate everyone who joined us. We'll reach out to you via email, and if you have any more questions, feel free to keep them coming, and we'll get back to you via email. Thank you as well, Colleen, for helping me out today.
Sure. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.